I'm quite partial to flying. I have a private pilot's license, and I'm hoping to pursue furthering my career on the aviation side of things. Ideally, I'd like to be a pilot slash anaesthetist. Not quite sure how that will work, but we'll see.
We were chatting a week or so ago, actually, and I said, well, what about being a flying doctor in Australia? But apparently that wouldn't work out quite like that.
I haven't actually looked into it myself, but I'm told that you can either be a pilot or a doctor, but not both. I think the rationale is that if you are flying the aircraft and you are the attending doctor at the same time, you might make decisions with regards to the flight safety that might not be entirely focused on the flying side of things. For example, I might know that someone down there needs medical attention urgently, and therefore I might attempt a landing in conditions that are not quite ideal. So I think they try to keep both sides completely separate, or so I'm told.
So sticking in the UK for now, then.
Certainly until I become a consultant, and then the world is my oyster.
And I believe that there's quite a need for anaesthetists. There's a sort of shortage in several countries, isn't there?
I can't quite understand why, to be honest. It's the best specialty in the world. I don't know why there's a lack of anaesthetists. It's, like I said, because we're operating more on more people, I suppose that might be a reason. Certainly back in my home country in Portugal, I think there's less than 1,000 anaesthetists in the whole country, and it's getting quite desperate, which is not good news for the health service, but on a purely selfish kind of way, it's actually quite good.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking of moving into the medical profession, or specifically being an anaesthetist? How is it going to affect their life, how much social time they have, and things like that?
Well, all I would say is think very hard if you really want to do this. You will have to work very hard, particularly in university. We have in anaesthesia what is generally regarded as the hardest postgraduate exams. Mm-hmm. So they are very, very hard work. You don't have to be particularly brilliantly clever, and I'm the case in point. You do have to work hard. You will probably miss out on lots of social occasions. You will work weekends, you will work nights, you will work bank holidays. But on the other side of things, of course, it is absolutely fantastic specialty. You do really get a feeling of helping people in their direst time of need. And I don't mean this to sound the wrong way, but it is great fun. You do interact with a lot of different people, from theatre practitioners to surgeons to patients to scrub nurses, to everyone. And the job is absolutely fantastic. So if you really want to do anaesthesia, I can't recommend it enough. It's great.
That's fantastic. Well, thanks ever so much for joining us here on Kingstown Radio. That's Dr. André Carneiro. And if I end by asking you to choose one of your favourite tunes, we'll play a little song for you.
Now that is quite difficult. I do like a lot of music. I would go with Basement Jaxx, particularly a track called Take Me to Your House.
We'll go with that then. What other sort of tunes do you like, though?
Or anything from classical all the way to hard rock. But I think we'll leave that one for the time being.
Okay, thanks ever so much. That's Dr. André Carneiro. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.